चलो स्टार्ट.
Hello, my dear students. This is next class, botany class. So now I am going to discuss about the virus. So my dear students, before going to watch this lesson, please subscribe this channel. So this is regarding to virus. You know, nowadays virus is a very current problem that all of us are facing. So virus means poison. Virus particle is also called as a virion. Virus means poison, and the virus particle is called as a virion particle. So virus, what is the nature of the virus? So you know, virus are the very least parasitic organisms when compared to the bacteria. Virus are called as acellular organisms or subcellular organisms. Acellular means without the cellular structure. That means virus do not have cell structure. So cell theory, that you know, cell is a unit of structure and cell is a unit of function. That cell theory is not applicable to virus because virus do not have cell structure. That means they do not have the cell wall, they do not have the protoplasm, and they do not have the any cell organelle. Even ribosomes are also absent in the virus. You know, bacteria are also parasites, but they were somewhat developed than the virus. Because bacteria have one cell organelle, that is a ribosome. So for any living organism, a minimum cell organelle is a ribosome that is present in the bacteria. Minimum, that is the minimum cell structure required for the independent living organism. So here in virus, even though ribosomes are also completely absent, no ribosomes are not at all found in the virus. So virus are chemically called as a nucleoprotein molecules. Nucleoprotein molecules. And virus are considered as a obligate parasites. Nucleoprotein molecules means what? A nucleic acid is present and a protein molecule is present. These are the only two chemical components of the virus. Nothing other substance is reported in the virus except these two chemical substances. One chemical substance is a nucleic acid and another chemical substance is a protein. This nucleic acid is also either DNA is present or RNA is present. No virus contains both of these two, DNA and RNA. But if you take other living organisms, for example bacteria, even plants, even animals, all of other living organisms contain both of the two nucleic acids, DNA as well as RNA, both are present in a cell. But in a virus, either DNA is present or RNA is present. If RNA is present, DNA is not present. If DNA is present, RNA is not present. That is a unique character of the virus. So virus are called as acellular organisms or subcellular organisms. They are very ultrascopic microorganisms. They can be studied with the help of a special microscope that is called as a scanning electron microscope. Scanning electron microscope. So virus are very important to pathogenic organisms. They are called as a obligate parasites and they are called as intracellular parasites. Intracellular parasites, you know, that is very important word, intracellular. Whenever it will infect, it will enter into the cell, not in between the cells. Into the cells, a virus should penetrate, otherwise it cannot survive. Because it can make use the metabolism of the host, because it is not having its independent metabolism. And so virus are considered as a connecting link between the living organisms and non-living organisms that indicate their primitive nature. They are not totally living organisms and they are not totally non-living organisms. When it is present inside the host cell as an intracellular obligate parasite, it can exhibit the characters of living organisms. When it is separated from their respective host cells, it can exhibit characters of non-living organisms. So, what are the living organisms characters of the virus? That means a virus contains nucleic acid, either DNA or RNA, and virus can exhibit mutations also. Virus exhibit mutations also, and virus can reproduce, but inside the host. When it is present inside the living cell, it can reproduce, it can multiply, otherwise it cannot multiply. So these are the three characters of the living organisms of the virus. That means they contain a genetic material, either DNA or RNA, and they can undergo mutations and they can undergo replication. That means multiplication or reproduction. But a living host is compulsory for the multiplication of this virus. And the non-living organisms characters are what? Number one, it do not have the independent metabolism. They do not have their own metabolism. They do not have their own enzyme system. That is number one character. And when you separate the virus from their host, it can behave as a non-living chemical material. Non-living chemical material. So, due to this reason, due to these criteria, a virus can be considered as a connecting link between the living organisms and the non-living organisms. The study of virus is called as a virology. The knowledge of virology developed by the extensive research work of a TMV virus, that is a tobacco mosaic virus. Tobacco mosaic virus was extensively investigated by a scientist known as Adolf Meyer. Adolf Meyer. Now coming to the virus, who discovered the virus? Virus were discovered by the Ivanovsky. Ivanovsky discovered the virus. That means he discovered the virus as a filterable agents. Next, Beijerinck called them as a Contagium vivum fluidum. Contagium vivum fluidum means what? Contagium, infectious, vivum, living, fluid. It is an infectious living fluid. That means if a virus fluid is transmitted from one person to another person or from one plant to another plant, it can cause a disease. That's why, it is called as a contagium living fluid. Contagium vivum fluidum. W.M. Stanley is a very important scientist who converted the virus into chemical crystals. Chemical crystals. Here he converted the TMV virus, tobacco mosaic virus, into crystals. And D. Henry discovered bacteriophage. And this another scientist is there, Montaigne and R. Gallo. These two scientists together studied extensively about the AIDS virus. And another scientist is there, Frankel and Conrad. Frankel and Conrad discovered the genetic material of the tobacco mosaic virus as a RNA. Jenner developed first vaccine against smallpox virus. He is called as a father of immunology. Edward Jenner. He discovered first vaccine regarding to smallpox virus. And Hershey and Chase, they discovered the genetic nature of the DNA by using a bacteriophage. So bacteriophage is a virus which attack on the bacteria. Bacteriophage is a virus which attack on the bacteria. It is called as a bacteriophage. So like that cyanophage. The virus which attack blue-green algae are called as cyanophage. And the mycophage. Mycophage is a virus which attack the fungi. And zymophage. Zymophage is a virus which attack the yeast. Yeast is also a fungi, but unicellular fungi. So like that phytophage, a virus which grew on the plants. And like that virus also grow on the animals. They are called as a zoophage. Zoophage. So like this, virus are classified based on their host. Like this. Virus also classified based on their genetic material. The virus which contain DNA, they are called as a deoxyvira. And the virus which contain RNA, they are called as a ribovira. I already told some virus contain only DNA. Those viruses are called as a deoxyvira. And some virus contain only RNA. Such viruses are called as a ribovira. Because virus do not contain both DNA and RNA. Either DNA or RNA only, but not both of them. Then what is the chemical nature of the virus? Virus is a nucleoprotein molecule that it contains a nucleic acid and protein. Protein is present as external layer, that may be a glycoprotein or lipid protein layer. Suppose if you take this AIDS virus or if you take this coronavirus, they contain a lipid protein layer. That lipid molecules are present as spikes around that virus. So those spikes are used for the attachment for the host cell, susceptible host cell. So like this, a virus contain a lipid and protein layer and a nucleic acid only. Two chemical components are present. This protein layer is called as a capsid layer. It is a protective layer. What is its function? It will push the genetic material into their host cell. To penetrate the genetic material into the host cell, this protein part is useful. And it is also called as a protective part, protective agent. And the RNA or DNA, whatever is present, that is acting as a infective agent. Protein is a protective agent and DNA or RNA is called as a infective agent. Protein further made with subunits of proteins. Those subunits of proteins are also called as a capsomeres. The lipid also contains some subunits. They are called as a peplomeres. Peplomeres. Then, so this is the chemical nature of the virus. So virus contain protein part in the form of a lipid protein part and a genetic material, either DNA or RNA. Generally, a plant virus contains RNA as their genetic material. For example, TMV virus, that is a tobacco mosaic virus. But some virus exceptionally also have DNA as their genetic material. For example, Dahlia mosaic virus and cauliflower mosaic virus. These are the two examples of the plant virus where they contain DNA as their genetic material. But generally, if you take plants virus, they contain RNA. For example, TMV virus contain RNA as their genetic material. And animal virus generally contain DNA as their genetic material. Here also there are some exceptions, like polio virus, AIDS virus, they contain, and coronavirus, they contain RNA as their genetic material. So what is the function of genetic material? It can cause infection, infective agent. What is the function of protein? Protein press it to penetrate the genetic material into their host cell, and protein part of the virus do not penetrate into the host cell. It will present outside the host cell only. Only DNA or RNA can enter into their host cell. So DNA or RNA is called as the infective part, infective agent, and protein is called as the protective part. So DNA is generally, double-stranded DNA in general. But in virus, some of the virus also contain single-stranded DNA. For example, bacteriophage X174. This is the name of the virus. Bacteriophage X174. It contains single-stranded DNA. And bacteriophage M14. It also contains single-stranded DNA. And coliphage S13. It also contains single-stranded DNA. These are the three bacteriophages which contain single-stranded DNA as their genetic material. And generally we know RNA is a single-stranded molecule. But some viruses have double-stranded RNA. For example, wound tumor virus, rice dwarf virus, maize dwarf virus, and reovirus. These are the some of the plant virus which have RNA with the double-stranded nature. So this is the chemical nature of the virus. So if there is a RNA is present as the genetic material, it can produce DNA after entering into the host cell by a process called as reverse transcription method. Reverse transcription method. Such viruses are called as a retrovirus. Reverse transcription. Reverse transcription. Retro transcription means here pro. So retrovirus. Transcription. Transcription is the process where RNA is synthesized from the DNA. Here it is a reverse transcription. Means from RNA it can produce DNA by a reverse transcription process. This process was discovered by Temin, and this process is called as a Teminism.